Hi everyone, join me for a yoga video for strength and flexibility. Let's work on our planks and then we'll stretch after. So please join me if you want to work on planks, your core strength, and then we'll work on our overall flexibility after. Let's get started. So first of all, I want you to sit on your yoga mat. And I'm just going to ask you to take an inhalation, reach arms to sky. Exhale, bring arms down by sides. 2 more times. Breathing in. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. 1 more time. Deep inhale. Exhale, arms come down by sides. Do a couple little shoulder rolls. Release the tension through your fingertips. And reverse. Lift and roll forward. You might hear little pops and cracks and then they go away. 1 more time. Excellent. Gently press your palms against the mat. Make sure shoulders drop away from ears. Tighten core. And I want you to do a reverse table where you just elevate up. Squeeze your inner thighs together. I want you to feel your core engaged, chest open, soften those elbows so you don't hyperextend your joints. And just stay here and breathe. Feel your glutes engaged, press hips to sky. Now as you're here in your table, see if it's okay to extend and then bend. Your knees are side by side, your heart's lifted to the sky. You're gonna extend. Bend that leg, extend, keep pressing from armpits to palms. Avoid sinking into the wrist. Think of lifting heart to sky. Engage your glutes. Collarbones wide across your chest. Core engaged. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And last one, this is gonna help us get our reverse plank. Gently, you're gonna lower down to the mat and then maybe shake out your knees a little bit. Inhale, elevate, lengthen your spine. From the crease right in the front of the hips, I want you to stretch forward, reach for your shins, perhaps your ankles. Maybe bring your hands under the knee joint for extra support. Keep lengthening your breastbone or reach for feet. I want you to just elevate your heart, hinge from the hips, and stay here for a few breaths. Let's go into our caterpillar and get our low back to release. Get those hamstrings to lengthen. When you go feel a give, then you go a little deeper. So we don't want to go full on and range all at once. We just want to find our point where we hit our edge. We still have further to go. We make a commitment and we stay there. We hold and we breathe. Focus on the breath. Again, when you feel a give, gently go deeper into it. Careful with osteoporosis, you would stay up high and just do a modified hip hinge. Also with herniated disc in low back or low back issues. One more deep inhale. And softly, gently, you're gonna rise up, head away from the tailbone. Take hands behind your back. I want you to lift up, lift your heart, get a little baby back bend, stretch out your thoracic spine, mid-back between your shoulder blades. And then you're just gonna take those arms a little bit back behind you, stretch shoulders and chest. So if you did have osteoporosis, just stay here at this one here. Next variation is if you're not concerned about your spine, scoliosis, or osteoporosis, then I'm going to ask you to hinge over. Go a little deeper stretch into those shoulders. And inhale. And exhale. Relax shoulders. Inhale, feel chest stretch. Exhale. If you want to feel the stretch through backs of thighs, backs of knees, backs of calves, lower legs, the calves, then flex those feet, toes to the sky. And one more deep inhale and slowly make your way up. Excellent. Taking arms, reach straight above shoulder height, lift and elongate the spine. The front of the ribs meets the back of your ribs. Now bring your palms directly down below shoulders. Gently press away into the mat, away from the shoulders, so you can feel support opening across the chest and then some support across your middle back. Plant down into your heels, use your core, and let's do our reverse plank into the air this time. So I want you to feel like you can elevate, stay here, chest open, and just stay here for a few breaths. Create some strength for your back, your shoulders, your arms, your glutes. Elevate, hold, and breathe. I'm shaking. One more deep inhale. And gently release. Release those knees. Excellent. So I want to take you into half shoelace next. Take a hold of your right ankle. Place this right knee directly on top of the left knee. So you're just going to flex your foot, flex the other foot, and then just feel how you're crossing knee over knee. You're going to feel a nice deep stretch in your side hip and through the back of those thighs, back of upper thigh. And I'm just going to ask you to stretch, sit tall. And we're going to hinge over this leg. Maybe you want to have support under the knee, and that's fine. If not, see if you could reach for your ankle or your toes. Lift up your heart and hinge from the crease in your hips. That way you keep your back nice and long and supported. Stay here and breathe. Elevating your breastbone so you keep the length in your thoracic spine, mid-back. One more deep inhale. And then just think of reaching through top of head, lengthening away from your foot. Excellent. So we're going to uncross this leg and we're going to extend it out straight right away. Then we're going to reach for this other ankle. We're just going to crisscross this knee directly over this bottom knee. And then you just want to feel like you're rooted down into your sits bones so you're not leaning into half your pelvis more than the other. Inhale, flex your foot, flex this other foot. Really feel front ribs meet back ribs, and you're hinging from the crease of your hips straight over your leg. Sometimes we're tighter on one side, so take note if you are. You can reach under the knee, reach to the ankle, to your foot, your toes, wherever you can reach. Keep stretching spine tall. We want to keep our chakras aligned, keeping our spine healthy, maximal length. We want to have vital nutrients reach our cells in our body. With each breath you take, we want to have that oxygen flow in there and get rid of all the toxins that get built up. And lack of blood flow, things get stiff and tight. We just want to restore the cells, restore the joints so they're healthy. Go a little deeper when you feel a give. Hip hinge. Flex this foot to keep sliding. Elevate, lengthen. You'll feel the natural give. Going through muscles, going through tendons, ligaments, fascia. When we hold it longer than 90 seconds, we can start addressing our fascia. That webbing deep in the layers. And it's really important to go deeper than just the muscles for the longevity of our joint health. We can release hyaluronic acid in our own systems if we just take the time and slow down and stretch. And it's highly beneficial because it has 1,000 times the affinity of water molecules. So it's really good for your joints. One more deep inhale. Exhale, slowly rise up, stretch up, 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 up. Excellent. And then we're just going to take both knees side by side. And then I want you to gently roll across in a little windshield wiper motion. And just let it go right across the sides of your hips here. Feel the hips, feel your spine release. Feels really nice. Couple more. Excellent. So, we did half shoelace, Ardha Gomukhasana. Let's do a side plank. Actually, let's do a front plank first. So, we're gonna come onto all fours. Let me just do a little adjustment. Coming this way a little more. There we go. Come on to all fours, and I want you to do some cat-cows where you're just aligned, and I want you to let your body release by dropping your belly, drop your chin, spread wide through mid-back. Exhale, and then you're going to inhale, relax your belly. You're going to scoop core tight, drop chin, drop tailbone, scoop core in and up, shoulder blades open wide. And then inhale, lengthen the ends of the spine, opposite directions. Exhale, press those palms away. Elevate the energy towards heart across mid-back. Inhale, create length in spine. Two more. Exhale, scoop abdominals. Inhale, relax the abdominals. And one more. Exhale. And inhale. Gently come into your neutral position. So neutral, think of the front of the rib cage matching the back. So instead of having the front of the ribs collapse, think of pulling in and up, create some elongation in the low part of your back. And then we're just gonna go into a plank. What I want you to do for your plank, you're gonna walk 1 foot back and just really curl the toes under. Abdominals lift into spine, walk your other foot back so your hips are in alignment under shoulders, and I want you to stay here and breathe. Press palms away, lift your heart away from the mat. Feel width across chest, shoulders are down. Hold your plank. Four, three, two, and gently come in. Excellent. I want you to either have the tops of your feet come all the way down to your mat, or you're going to flex the toes and gently sink your hips back over the heels. Pull your breastbone forward towards the mat and elongate and stretch those sits bones towards the backs of upper thighs. Maybe lift palms away, press down through fingertips. Take a few breaths here in your balasana, in your rest pose. Try to pull that low back apart, opposing directions. Really create some length and space for your spine. One more deep inhale. And exhale softly, gently release. Wonderful. So now, I want you to slide your elbows in, and we're going to come into our Sphinx. So after you slide your elbows in, you're going to walk one leg out. We're going to hold our plank first. Keep elongating, tailbone away from you. Slide one leg out. You're scooping core tight, elbows directly under shoulders. Now slide your other leg out. Your hips drop in line under the shoulders. Tighten your core. Front ribs meet back ribs so you get good alignment, and hold. Breathe. Feel your glutes firing. Press into balls of feet. Tighten core. And hold. And 5, 4, feel core support spine. 3, 2 more, and then gently drop into your mat. Wonderful. So we're going to press our palms into the mat. Our elbows are directly under the shoulders. Your 2 legs are just reaching straight back behind you, side by side. And then be careful, avoid collapsing. We want spaciousness. So you're pressing into your palms. You're pulling your heart forward, and stay here in your Sphinx pose. Let's create space between the vertebrae. Sitting for long periods can really compress our spine together. So this is a wonderful thing to undo. Sitting for long periods during the day. Just giving you some space back. Create some space for your neck, and then you just gently tilt chin a baby bit forward till you feel the nape of the neck, the base of the skull, the occiput kind of elongate. And stay here and breathe. Feel how your glutes are engaged, giving your back some support. Those inner thigh lines draw inwards together. Your core is pulling in like a hammock, lifting towards the front of those ribs, pulling in and up. Really stretch your tailbone away, really stretch navel away from your pubic bone, creating some length. Breathing in, breathing out. Get some room in your thoracic spine, mid-back between the two shoulder blades. One more deep inhale. And gently, softly release. We're going to come down to our mat and maybe rock side to side over the low back. Cross the hips and pelvis. Come back center and then gently just nod head side to side. Cross the middle forehead, third eye. Release sides of neck. Gently return center. Excellent. And sometimes when we sit, we really get our spine compressed together. And then something else that can happen when we sit, our hip flexors or psoas muscles tighten up on us. And so they insert into the lower part of the lumbar vertebra, like down through the lower parts like 4 and 5, and then your sacrum's down below that. But we want to try to help our spines so that there's no pulling on our back, because the front of our hip flex are so tight that when it inserts into the spine, it's pulling and making us go into an anterior pelvic tilt where we overly arch our back and have more lordosis in our low back than what is, comfortable, because then we can get back pain. So let's do something right now to counter that. Take your hand, reach for your foot, and pull that shoulder open a little bit so you get a nice stretch in there. You're going to reach for your ankle or your foot, relax your forehead, and just keep your hip bones on the mat, but lift the front of your thigh. That way you protect your low back, lumbar spine, and it's like your tailbone's just elongating away from the back of your body. And then you're just breathing in, breathing out. Maybe you'll lift a little, stretch a little bit more right through that shoulder and chest. Inhale, exhale. Keeping your hip bones on the mat, protect your low back. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you'll flex your foot, lift a tiny bit higher, keeping those hip bones on the mat, and gently release down. Wiggle hips, rock side to side, release gently. Okay, we're gonna come over to our other side. So you're gonna reach back, grab your foot, and then you're just gonna maybe relax forehead first part, tailbone long, hips on mat, just lift front of leg and breathe. You're protecting your low back, pubic bones on the mat, tailbone long. The front of the thigh lifts away from the mat. If you want to go deeper, you can lift your heart and then go a little, grab your ankle a little deeper, flex your foot, maybe turn a little baby bit to open your shoulder more. Keep stretching tailbone away. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, exhale, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep inhale and slowly lower down. Excellent. Rock side to side across your low back. Gently release. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do a dolphin, where we're going to go from our modified plank, and then we're going to go up into, we're going to do our dolphin into our pike. So basically, come back, my hair's in my mouth, okay. Your elbows are straight in line under the shoulders, and what I think I want to do is switch sides. Let me see something. I have 2 mats stacked, and let me see which side. My feet are going to fall to the thinner one. I think I'll do that so I don't slip and slide on my feet. So we're going to do our dolphin. So we're going to come down once again. You're aligning correctly so your joint angles are correct. Your shoulders are above the elbows. You're making sure you really stretch your tailbone away from your navel behind you so you get that elongation in your low back where you don't feel like you're compressing your spine together. I want you to curl those toes underneath you and then scoop in, drop those shoulders, come up into your plank. And now we're gonna lift up, look towards the knees. Your shoulder blades float down the sides of your back. And then you come back into your plank. You inhale to stretch. And then you exhale. Feel how those shoulders stay down. That way you don't scrunch them up. 8. Look at the knees. Inhale to stretch, spine long. 7. Your feet are sliding. There we go. Now 6. Keep the neck long. Look towards knees. And then 5. Exhale, lift it up. You're scooping into your core. 4 more. Exhale, elevate. Gently lower down. 3. Exhale. Feel that connection across the shoulder girdle in your back. And 2. You're going to exhale. And last one. Lift and lengthen. And then slowly drop your knees. Drop the tops of your feet. And then we're going to bring your arms back. Hip hinge. And stretch into a little balasana. Palms to sky. Inhale. And then exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more time, breathing in. And softly, gently release. Walk those hands under the shoulders. And you're going to slowly rise up, head away from tailbone, coming up. And now I'm going to just take you into your straddle pose. But before I do that, I want to do a little thread the needle to give you a little space in your thoracic spine. So we opened you up with some extension for your spine. And now I just want to turn around your breastbone to give you a little mobility for the middle part of your spine. So we're just going to open to the side. Inhale. Swing this one arm under and through. And then we're going to exhale and just send the energy back through those sits bones. Maybe you have this hand under the shoulder. Maybe you stretch this arm over your head. But our goal is to keep this shoulder down. You're going to feel the side of the neck. You're going to feel shoulders stretch, shoulders down and back. And breathe into that space mid-back. I want you to feel like you can open up this entire sideline and expand your rib cage in all directions. Keep stretching your tailbone away from you. One more deep inhale. Oh, let's do 2. It just feels so good. Breathe. Get those ribs to pull apart. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Deep inhale. And exhale. Gently release. Slowly walk hand under shoulder. Come all the way up. And we're going to go the other direction. I'm going to switch sides again on my mat. So facing the other way. You're in your table position. You're inhale. Rotate away from center line, chest open. Your hip bones are square to the mat. Now you rotate around your breastbone. You drop your shoulder away from your ear. Now either this shoulder stays right above your hand, as long as that stays down. You can go ahead and slide overhead, make some room in there. Keep that bottom shoulder down, breathe. Feel the shoulders stretch, the neck stretch, the sideline open. Those sits bones pull back behind you, breathe. Try to open up some space, middle back. Right in between those 2 shoulder blades. Breathing in, breathing out. And 2 more inhales. Get that spine to lengthen. Freeing up some space. 1 more time. And exhale softly, gently release. Slowly, I want you to walk your hand in. You're going to untwist your spine, and then I'm just going to have you do a little lateral spinal flexion. Draw your hip and your shoulder closer together on one side. Feel those ribs stretch apart, opposite side of body. Inhale, elongate back to your center and draw your hip and your shoulder closer together on the other side. Feel this whole side of those ribs stretching apart. Return center, your entire spine lengthens out and rotate side. Feel some room in there, open up. Come back center, lengthen and rotate. Stretch, last set. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, open space. Stretch and lengthen. And open space. And return center. Excellent. Now we're going to rotate. Did I do both sides? Yes, I did. So I did both. I went this way. Did I go that way? Yes, I did. I am so in the moment and I create from one thing to the next that I'll stop sometimes and forget. Let's do straddle pose because I want to get your inner thighs and your hips to open. For straddle, you're going to face forward, face me, walk it out each side. And what I want you to do here is I want you to shake out those legs a little, shake out your knees. You might move again to sideways, there we go. So what I want you to do here, avoid going to your full end range. Leave a little space so you can inhale, exhale more and more into it. Very important for our hip integrity that we keep our knees face up, our toes face up, and you could even draw the core muscles into the spine and send the energy from your center down through the legs, pressing through the points at the bottoms of your feet. So there's energy points down there. So you want to push through those energy points. And then you're sitting up tall and just feeling like you have equal weight, lengthening up. And then I want you to just slowly hip hinge forward. If you have a yoga block, you could place your forearms on top of your yoga block. You could turn it to like the highest or turn it to the lowest to see what works for you. And I want you to send the energy through the feet by flexing your feet. You can even make a muscle on the front of your quad. Try to lift the front of your quad away from the knee, energetically activate, and then you're going to feel the other side release down a little easier. And just stay here and breathe. Keep the spine reaching long. Breathing in, breathing out. We're releasing our hips, our inner thighs. Be cautious with any low back issues. And again, osteoporosis, you're not going real far. You would stay lifting through heart and you would do softening of the knees and just try to create a little space, but not overdo it. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax those shoulders. Avoid holding tension. If you feel tension, breathe into it and then release and just let it go. You don't need extra weight carrying you down, so just release anything that you don't need. If you feel a give and you want to come a little deeper, go for it. You can make a fist with your hands if you like. Relax your forehead. I'm going to do that since my yoga block is across the room. We're going to breathe in, breathe out. Keep stretching your entire spine long. Keep your spine lengthened. Use a block if you need more support and stability for your spine. Feel energy, motion in those hips by restoring some oxygen back into the areas that need it the most. Couple more deep inhales. And one more time, maybe come up a little higher, take a breath here. And gently, slowly make your way all the way up. Maybe shake out your knees one more time. And then we're going to slowly close the legs together. Fold those knees in and maybe do another little windshield wiper. Gently stretch side to side. Oh, feels so good. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. All right. From here, I'm going to have you crisscross your ankles, sitting in your Sukhasana. And then I'm going to ask you to take one hand to the sky. And then I want you to lengthen. We're going to go straight up first and then stretch over. And then I just want you to breathe into the side. Try to open. Do a little rotation up, a little stretch through the front of your chest, your shoulder. Lift heart to sky. Feel those ribs open apart. Inhale, exhale, just release openness. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. One more time. And slowly I want you to rotate and extend. Press this opposite sits bone away from you into the mat and slowly stretch across to that opposite knee. Try to keep that opposite far diagonal sits bone against your mat. Feel the low back stretch. Feel the side of the spine sink into those sits bones. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the whole right side of the spine stretch if you're stretching to the left knee. And inhale and exhale. Stretch ribs and hips apart. And last time, breathing in and softly exhale. Make your way back in. And then we're just going to take our palm to the sky. And then I want you to root down so you're even. Deep inhale, and now slowly really stretch ribs, lengthen your ribs away from your hip bones, your pelvis, and then see if you can start to stretch over. And you can modify by resting your arm on your inner thigh if that feels better for your shoulder or your back or your hips. Do it that way, or put a yoga block on the floor next to you. And just stay here for a couple breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Openness across the front of your shoulder. The chest, stretch the pectoral muscle. Open a little bit more. Inhale, exhale. Feel some space widening between the bottom of the rib cage and your hip bone. Breathe in, breathe out. Really open. Inhale, exhale. breathe. Let the breath give you some freedom. One more inhale. And slowly make your way up. Now rotate your breastbone, stretch over this knee. Now keep stretching your opposite sits bone down away from you on your diagonal line. The heart pulls forward towards that knee. Take a couple breaths here and just feel how this whole left side of your spine is lengthening, stretching long. Lengthen, inhale, exhale. And one more deep inhale and exhale. Softly, gently rising up. And just take a moment to yourself. Breathing in. Think of something that feels right now in this moment, that you either want to work on, or you want to release, or you want to let go, or you just want to be conscious of being in the present. Any of those things will do. And just bringing that into your center so that you may focus from within, and then you can bring that intention outside of you so that you can move forward. One more time, deep inhale and exhale, feeling centered and balanced and flexible and strong. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you. Please help me grow by hitting share, like, subscribe. Appreciate you. Peace, everyone. I'll see you again soon in a few days. Take care. I'm driving a lot, 200 miles round trip from work, so sometimes I'm just too tired to come on, so that's what's happening. Peace. I'll come on when I'm ready. Bye. Thanks for watching.